I'm Dave Ferris, the owner of Sneaky's Chicken. When we bought it in 1979, it was really a bar. So we took it over and we started transforming it immediately into more of a restaurant. We started out, we were cooking about 300 pounds of chicken a week in 1979, and on any given week now we're between 5,000 and 7,000 pounds of chicken a week. So we've made that transformation quite well. We've been wildly supported by the community, and we're just really blessed. We give a lot of the glory here to God, because there's so many times in our business, we've been well over 40 years, that we should have collapsed, and somehow we just continue to go on. So we feel very fortunate and very blessed. Well, Sunday is our largest day after church. We're hugely busy with our buffet. It's a good night business. It's our biggest carry-out business. It's our largest catering business, because we do church dinners, where we do chicken dinners for 2,000 pieces of chicken, 3,000 pieces of chicken. We do those regularly. And through my prayer, my daily prayer, and I'm not a guy that goes and prays 5 hours a day, but when I take off in the morning, I shut my radio off and I start talking. I said, "Okay, God, here we go." And I said, "What do you want from me? What can I do?" And we've done work with the homeless. We've done work with Hope Street of Siouxland, where we're helping homeless men get back into society. But I feel like I'm just supposed to be doing something else. And every time I'd asked, it was a simple answer: closed Sundays. It's a day of faith. We always feel every day should be, but that day specifically is a day that you should be praising the Lord and going to church. So we talked about it, never acted on it. I have a lot of friends in the restaurant business, and Chad Izinga is one of them, from Chick-fil-A. So I called him one day and I said, "Chad, I really need to talk." He said, "Yeah, what's up?" And then I said, "I drive by on Sunday and you're dark. And I look at all the places around you, how busy they are." And I said, as a business guy, I'm telling Chad, I said, as a business guy, I'm thinking to myself, how much money you leaving on the table? And I said, that's our biggest day of the week at Sneaky's. And he was kind of quiet. And he said, "Dave, I've got to be honest, maybe we're so busy on the other 6 days because we're closed on the 7th day." And that really struck me. Me and my wife were really lucky. We have 4 daughters, 2 are married, 7 grandkids. All 4 of our daughters, grandkids, son-in-laws, all live here. And that first Sunday, I thought, wow, we're here in this pew, we're all together, and I just started crying. I'm not saying the fear was gone. There was a lot of peace in me, though. Never had a month where we haven't outdone the year before. Now we're on our 2nd year, so it was the hardest decision, but by far the best decision. I think people, from what we've done on Sundays, learn to really have faith, learn to trust. But you got to have faith that God's going to be there for you. He will. He may not answer your prayer tomorrow. He may not answer it next week. And he may not answer it because it might not be the right thing. But you have to have faith. You have to believe. I truly believe that God's mercy and God's blessings are way bigger than anything we can ever imagine.